Grew up on the countryside of town.
Alright, y'all, it's a new day on the Box Chevy project, on the LS swap project. Goddamn, I can't even talk. But what I'm gonna try to do today, I took this fuel pump, right? I took this fuel pump out of the Silverado, my donut truck. I had to bust up the sending unit just to get to this fuel pump. Alright, now what I want to try today is to see if I can use this fuel pump in my sending unit. I asked a few people on some Facebook groups, and I checked in forums. I couldn't find shit on no forums. And people was telling me that it wouldn't work, but I'm looking at this pump, and then I remember what the pump looked like that came off of it. The pump that came off is slightly smaller, but I mean it's the same shape, and I'm thinking that I can make it work. Worst case scenario, it don't work, I buy a $70, $90 fuel pump. But if it do work, this will be great. I mean, this is the pump that came with the truck, and the truck was running fine before I pulled the motor out. So if I can use this pump, that'll save me a little change. So I'm gonna try it out. But what I gotta do is I'm gonna have to pull a fuel tank off of this damn car. Now I really hate pulling this tank, but shit, I'm gonna get it done. Before we get to that fuel pump, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna put this cross member on because the transmission just been hanging. I'm gonna put this cross member on and see how close we are. First of all, I want to make sure it line up, and then also I want to put the drive shaft back on and see if the drive shaft is gonna fit, because I never even measured. I don't even know what kind of transmission I pulled out. Like I told you, I thought it was a 700 R4, but the guy I sold it to, he was trying to buy something for, I think he was trying to buy the speed sensor or something, and he said it didn't fit. So y'all seen me pull it out. What kind of transmission was that? I try to put the disclaimer before every video, but sometimes I forget. I'm not a mechanic at all. I just do this as a hobby, and I learn as I go. So, I mean, don't judge me. I mean, y'all can. I don't really give a damn. I'm just letting y'all know I'm not a mechanic at all. I'm just learning this as I go. But anyway, I want to see if this line up, so I'm gonna try that. I wish I had somebody to record, man. I don't like asking people, but at the same time, I want to get y'all some good footage. I hope y'all understand how difficult it is to film under this car when I'm using jack stands. I can barely squeeze under here my damn self. But you can see the transmission is jacked as high as it can go, and as you can see, is the mount is too long. So I'm gonna try the mount that came with the other transmission I had and see if it'll fit. I'm gonna clean it up first though, but we're gonna come back to see if that fit. The bolts did have Loctite on them when I pulled them off, so I will put Loctite back on as I put the new my transmission mount back on. I don't want to bore y'all with the small details, but I felt like that was kind of important. If they thought it was important enough to put Loctite on it, then maybe I should too. Alright y'all, I got this thing I got this cross member on finally, but I can't tell if I did something wrong or not, because I had to lift the transmission like really high. I don't know if that's normal or not. Like I said, I ain't a mechanic, I'm learning as I go. I don't know if this is how it's supposed to go. I'm pretty sure this is how I took it off. Let me show y'all what I done got myself into. Shout out, big shout out to Mr. Griffin. He got a 77, I think, that he did his swap on. This is a 89, so I think the frames are a little bit different. At least they look different from comparing his video to mine. But what I did was I pushed this cross member one notch back. So you see it's two, damn, okay. You see it's two holes right there, right? So this first hole is right there. It's supposed to be up here, right? So I pushed the cross member up on this side. Now as you can see, it's the opposite. God dang on it. I'm sorry, y'all. Alright, it's the opposite over here. So, come on now. There you go. Work for me. But you can see what I got going on. It's kind of rigged. It ain't looking the best right now. Alright, cross member all in. Transmission in there. But bad news, the drive shaft is too long. So maybe I had a 200R, I don't know. I told you I don't know shit. I just be going as I go. Going as I go. Look, I ain't making sense no more. But anyway, I was gonna get a P71 drive shaft anyway. And I think it's slightly shorter, and I was just gonna change the yoke and the U-joint. That drive shaft had a dent in it anyway. Finally got that gas tank out. Now now I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and pull this thing out so I can see if this pump will fit. I don't want it to fall in there, even though it don't matter, because every time you pull a fucking gas tank, it's like it's always dirt in it anyway. Like, how did it get in there? Okay, so if you look at the stock pump here, this is the pump that came out the truck, and it's only slightly, it's beefier, but it's about the same length. As you can see, the sock is also the same, well, not the same, but you know, it's similar size. So I'm thinking I can put this on here because it's the same length, and maybe zip tie it to here. But how is this one on? Yeah, this one is attached at the bottom right here. Well, it's not attached, but it's connected to keep from coming off or whatever. So I think if I zip tie this one, or maybe rig this to work with this, I can get this to work. As you can see, the wires are almost the same. So I'm gonna just have to splice the wires. I gotta make sure that this is the same. Make sure the black is actually ground. But other than that, just take this off, put it on there, and maybe zip tie this up or something. I'm gonna find a way to rig it, and I'll show y'all in a second. Alright, so this is the new pump. I pulled this sock off, and really I had a hard time getting this what a little black piece I just threw. Anyway, the little black piece that was on here, I had a hard time getting it off. I pulled it with some pliers, and I still couldn't get the last little black piece off. So what I did was use the straight razor and made a slit, and then I just popped it off with my fingernail. But this, if you just pull the sock off at the bottom, and then undo the harness and then the hose, that'll come right off. So I tried to put this here, right? I was gonna just sit it like that and put the sock on kind of how the other one was, but I don't think that's gonna work. So what I'm gonna try to do is, hold up, wait, this might work. Let me try it again. Now I'm running into another little snag. I'm trying to get this clamp to get all the way down here. It's really, really tight, so it may not leak, but I don't even want to take a chance with 60 PSI coming through here. Really, it'll be more back here, I think. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get this clamp on, and then I'm gonna zip tie this. Oh, by the way, I pulled this off. I basically just kept folding it until it popped off. But all I gotta do is make sure that the bottom of this is lined up with the bottom of this. That way I'm sure that it's sitting directly on the bottom of the tank. It don't have to be super precise, I don't think, but try to get it close to how it was at first. Alright, y'all see me how I'm looking. Got the thing on there, got a big stupid ass zip tie on there. We're gonna see if this hole, I'm gonna cut the end of that zip tie in a second. But what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna clip this, and then I'm gonna splice this on. But I'm gonna have to get some heat shrink or some of those I forget what they call it. It's like a soldering heat shrink. I'll show y'all later. But anyway, that's gonna be it. I think I'm gonna end this here. I ain't gonna put this back in the tank right now, just cause I still gotta do this. But y'all see, we be doing all right. We getting there. The pump fit. Hopefully it worked well.